Um, Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm trying to be as close as possible to the Wi-Fi. Electricity has just come back. Yeah. Anyway, let's not even go there. Savuma, sanikela ngeinto zethu in the name of an opportunity to be better and become a developed country. So yingakho sila. Anyway, akusilanda ngiyakhonya, akusila ngithunywe khona. La engiya khona ngizokhuluma nge-inheritance for minor kids. Ukuthi what happens if a parent dies and they've nominated a minor as a beneficiary for anything. Say for an example, from emsebenzini, you are working and you've got either a preservation fund. I think manje there aren't a lot of pension funds, but yeah, either a preservation fund or a pension fund, those, let's say umntwana uya inherita, or for an example the parent or parents die in an accident and then the children get an inheritance through a rough. What happens in those instances when a child is younger than 18, whatever it is that they inherit, either in a form of a will or just by mere being nominated as a beneficiary, that money will go to what is called a guardian's trust. Meaning a guardian's trust is exactly what it is. Ukuthi imali, trust that is made eyenzelwe ukugada imali for ingane. So other if somebody, let's say inheritance yakhona ibuya from emsebenzini, certain companies, they've also got other companies ukuthi maybe they look after those banama guardians trust wabo, those particular companies. I don't want to mention names or anything like that. So then that money will be put in that trust until that a child attains the age of majority, which is currently the age of majority is 18. So until the child attains the age of 18, the money will be put in that guardian trust fund. Now that trust fund, umsebenzi wayo is to make sure ukuthi it looks after the monies on behalf of the child, and then lo mali leyo angeke ize to either umama womntwana or ubaba womntwana, whoever is alive. And sengisho le mali etholakale maybe through abo RAF, or imali etholakale through the pensions, as long as umntwana ayiminor, lo mali ayeke ize the actual parent, but it gets put into that guardian's trust fund. Then that guardian trust fund, then the guardian, in this case, as I've mentioned before in the other video, ukuthi umntwana, if the legal guardian, it becomes the biological parent, either there's a good relationship or not, and the only time the biological parent will be stripped of their guardianship, it is when the other party goes and applies a court for a sole custody and prove the other parent as not a good parent whatsoever, so banikeza sole custody umntwana. Then that is the only time then the guardian, umuntu lo umzali angabi naleya, angabanjwa ile guardianship, legal guardianship yokuthi they are biological parent. So then irrespective ke ukuthi guardian parent or not, illegal parent or not, imali izoya kuleya trust fund. Now the parent or the guardian parent or the legal parent, the legal guardian, asithi kushone both parents or one of the parents omunye akaziwa, and then the one parent uye bekasebenza, and then imali yase, then they nominated mhlambe their mother or their siblings as a guardian yomntwana. Then that legal guardian or nominate who's gonna communicate in a trust on behalf of the child, the trustees. So what then they will do, yibo-ke abazobhekelela ukuthi the trust, then what it does, it will make sure ukuthi umntwana kufanele aye esikolweni. So then you can always claim for things like a uniform, the normal maintenance umntwana, asithi day to day, like transport yokuya esikolweni, or uniform yokuya esikolweni, even paying for school fees for the child to go to that particular school. So that they will do until the child turns 18. Then after the child turns 18, then the child will be given, the money will be released to the child. Unless if there's a will and the will says, no, animnike makana 25 or animnike under this age. But in nje izohamba iye kulo mntwana loyo makana 18. So that's what happens. Now, what then most people don't know, ukuthi once imali ikulo trust fund, yes, you do have access to it, but the one thing that we need to be wary of, ukuthi singazitholi ke sesiabuser le mali, ukuthi just because imali khona, and then you go and take a child to the school that you yourself would never have taken the child. For an example, umntanakho bomvuka mama Kapila bekafunda kwisikolo lesi normal government school, you know, those schools is fund of government. Then all of a sudden ngoba sekusuzule ukuthi kune trust, then uyamthatha uyomfaka kuma private schools like Cure, you know. Then just because uzwile kunemali, what you need to be conscious of, you may need to be aware ukuthi kunamali noqala kulo trust. It's of value, it's of benefit for you to know ukuthi kunamalini, wenzela ukuthi ungaphili njengomuntu ohluphekile nomntana aphile under limitations kanti there is money, maybe lo mntana lo yi-multi-millionaire, you don't even know. So as a guardian, you are allowed to go and request a statement esibonisayo ukuthi how much money, its benefit statement eyakalo mntwana ekwile trust. And I urge you to do that because it's important for you to know, because uzosithola ukuthi wena uzitshela ukuthi imali khona kanti kune 100,000 suthathe lokubhiza uyaclaim awuqedi. And the reason ke yakulo trust fund ukuthi the trust will check ukuthi, they will make sure ukuthi bazama ukuyi-preserve le mali until such age ukuthi umntana athole something makafika kulo age of maturity. So uzothola ukuthi some of the things will be declined, not ukuthi it's declined because akufanelekanga zenzeke, but because babheka imali ekhona. Hence ngithi you must go and check ukuthi imali lo mali leyo, ungabe suba extravagant kanti akunamali vele. At the same time ungabe ukuthi you are limiting yourself uba stingy kanti there's a lot of money that's sitting. Lelo mntwana uzothi makayithola ana 18 avela iviruze nje aqede nje as of day the next day. And it's important futhi ukuthi the mawas ke ukuthi sekunamala, let's say kunama millions and umntana mncane, then you make it a point to educate this child umuphe financial literacy education and expose them to different things ezizom-equipa ukuthi by the time afika ku 18 years of age and athola le mali angayidlaphuzi nje ayidle budlapha because akabi kangazi ukuthi unale mali and asithole sekenza like other kids are doing, sebaphuzisa the whole lokishi, sebaveza bo money spender, mreki and all these things. It's because we do not educate our kids about these things, and then abazi mase bafika bayithola le mali fane benze, and just like most of us must hold a whole lot of our money asazinzeni, and then we do exactly what we do, and then we consume the money and the sidle siqede sibhubhudle because we are not used to having it in any way. So yikho ke lokho kwenzakala ukuthi if the child inherits, vele bazonibiza bantshele lapho asithi for an example it's a company asithi Sanlam, bazonitshele Sanlam ukuthi no, the child is a trustee for lo mntwana, so you can always go and claim into zomntwana zesikolo, you can always go and even claim for impahla zokugqoka, you know, for winter clothes, Christmas clothes. Ezingisho asingabi nalento lokuthi ngoba you know ukuthi there's money there, so uzohamba uyoclaim nje just because ufuna ukuthengisa leyo mali lezo impahla lezo to people. No, they look up to such things because they check at the patterns at the same time. Babheke nalomntwana nawe ke bayak-assessa ke as a legal guardian njengoba ngisho, that's why they put those monies in the trust. Into enkulu ke ukuthi a lot of people abazi nanokwazi ke, hence kunalela show I was happy to see that show Nefa, where other people don't even know ukuthi they've got monies that they were beneficiaries of such lokhuzana, because maybe kwenzakala ukuthi maka abazali there were no contact numbers for the child and stuff like that. So sekufanele kube umsebenzi we guardian trust fund to go and locate, and they don't do that because the government cannot hire people ukuthi because imali le igcinwe lapha, and after some time lo mali le but yeah, we are forfeit. I think it's after 30 years or 30. Yeah, I think it's 30 years if I remember well. Or if I claim after 30 years, then the government can take that money by benze whatever, which is what is happening to a whole lot of people. Abanama inheritance. Hence, it's important to go to ham yobheka lapha, especially if your parent was working for the state and then maybe they were permanently employed, and then you suspect ukuthi mhlambe they also had, because makuyi pension, that pension company would have made contact, that company that is administrating the trust would have made contact, because then it's easy, because they've been born nalento nominate beneficiaries and they keep them things up to date, and kunabantu abaqashiwe ukwenza lokho and trace, so they would have made. But people that are working for the government abaningi abazi nokwazi abantwana ukuthi ubaba wayeyiphoyisa, ubaba wayeyunesi, and then washona, and then I have got inheritance, I know, or they don't know. Hence you've got to go to that guardians I think it's guardians fund. I think it's guardians fund website. Just go and Google it, guardians fund. Kune a PDF there where you can just double check estate value amagama nebongo nama, I think date of death if ngikhumbula kahle, ne date of birth. Then you can just check there. If we are born ukuthi baba umzali wakho bekuzwane, then you go and check for abozwane or my initials and all that, and then go and ask and inquire. Other than that, you can always call or uziyele wena kulama office wabo and check ukuthi don't you have now any inheritance, because ngathothi uhleli kanje. Abantu abaningi bahleli kanje abazi nokwazi ukuthi vele banezimali, because they don't know about such things. But in a nutshell, that's what happens. Ke umntana ma inheritor eyimina ayinikwa umuntu loyo, meaning ukuthi a guardian, even if umama wakhe or babakhe ngeke uvele uthathe lo mali leyo uthi hayi ngizoyigada imali yomntana mayisebenze kanjalo, especially if it's money that comes from indaba zeya pension and all that. But ke nabo ne-RAF, it does the same thing. They put the money into a trust fund for the child until umntana ends at that age of majority, then only then the money will be released to the child. So yeah, that is what I wanted to share today. Seeing that yesterday I was talking about izinto that connects to the children, let me just also put this into context. Then tomorrow, I think, just to finish up what I started last, I will speak on the different types of trusts, the different types of trust, and how do they come about, so, and how they are administered. So I will share that tomorrow. But that is it. And then if maybe, for an example, it happens that you've been following but awukwazi ukulandela kahle, whatever the case may be, remember from tomorrow, but from tomorrow I will start to put these videos on my YouTube channel with Dr Nomasonto Zwane. I'll put it there, and then I'll put it there so that you can just follow kahle from that. But other than that, that is what I wanted to share namhlanje. Remember to like, remember to share, remember to tag people. Don't make this thing about you only. Tell others, and then make contact if needs be, and then we'll take it from there. Thank you so much. Much love. Bye bye.